obviously there's a lot of fans out there who's addicted to ring culture. Do you think ring culture misleads the fans when it comes to great players who didn't win a ring? Like does winning rings is that the ultimate signature for a play for a great player?
I'm not a fan of the ring culture,
Mm,
um, but I do get it
right.
because I don't want to say that I'm not understanding of it, but I think it should not be the end all be all
I agree.
because
Hmm.
because you're gonna base it on the ring culture, then we already know who has that hands down. And I don't think it's right to move the goalpost to be like, oh, well, the players weren't that good back in the like, we got to stop.
Hmm.
Those were the pros at that time. You wasn't trying to see them. There's no way you was gonna go in the hole against a Bill Russell or a Wilt Chamberlain. Like, let's just be honest.
Yep.
And Wilt was a whole different beast. So if we're gonna do ring culture, then we gotta respectfully, hands down, that's gotta be Bill. The other argument, and I think I said this last time, but I reiterated, maybe I didn't, but I don't understand why Kareem is not in a large part of these conversations when you talk about a champion
Right.
or being considered the GOAT,
Right.
because he had the scoring title for the longest time. You talking about what he do? Three championships in high school, 2 to 3 at UCLA,
Mm.
gold medalist, and then he ran off what, 6 championships,
6 championships. Facts.
almost 40,000 points off of the boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Facts. Off the sky hooking.
got one move, bro, that you serving folks your whole
It's
life.
still it's still unguardable. Still,
That's
still,
Steven, bro, my boy.
still unguardable, bro.
And he gave Dr. J that work in that one-on-one game.
So, oh shit, I didn't see that one. I gotta check that one out. I missed that one.
It's an old clip, man. You got to go back and look.
Yeah, I gotta look at that. I'm about to put it in the notes right now. What I was going to another question I wanted to ask you too. Do you think the 3-point era is hurting the game?
I don't look at it as hurting the game because you got to be responsible in what you do.
Right.
Understand, you're not Steph. I,
Mm-hmm.
I think Steph, Clay, some of these guys, it was like there was this pool of people, but the pool started to get bigger
Mm.
because now you got at least one sniper on every team.
Facts. Facts.
And I'm talking about they doing it at a high clip. Like, remember, think about this, right? This is a perspective for you. When I played, knockdown 3-point shooters were ranging from 33 to around 37%, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I know you'll look it up and
Yeah.
whatever. Guys are shooting 40 to 45% now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about they peeling that thing from half or wherever.
Yep.
And this is the evolution of the game. And it's like people have an issue. It's not killing the game. What if anything, and this in my heart of hearts, bro, if anything is killing the game, it's analytics.
Mm-hmm.
Analytics is a positive thing, but it's also something that is hurting the game because when you have people either shooting threes or they got to go for a dunk, and then you try to remove the mid-range shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, clearly, they're not able to do it, right? But I was on a coaching staff where I saw like the people coming from in the stand, like up from where they were, to hand pieces of paper over to the other coaches to say, "Hey, got to shoot more threes, or you got to do this, or you got like, bro, there's a lot that goes on that bench that people don't know about,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tough, bro. And a lot of this comes from analytics, bro. Like it's frowned upon to take a midi, but when you look at some of the best scorers in the game, right?
Mid-range guys.
Come on, man.
Yep.
Tonight, listen, bro. Before D Book rolled his ankle, I was at the game.
Mm.
I was at the game, bro. And the way Book gets to his spots, bro, and I mean just the middies, bro. He get into his spot.
Yep.
KD, same thing. Like you're looking
Facts.
at Melo, like you're looking at people who get the game on a different level, bro. And you can't when you're making the right decision, bro. It's like make a basketball play. But
Mm.
some guys, you might see them run to the 3-point line. You might have a wide open layup, but you might run to the 3-point line because this is the way that the game is being taught these days.
Right.
I can't say whether I'm for it or I'm not for it because when you look at brand, when you look at what fans want to see, because they're complaining about it, but just imagine me and you when we were watching the game back when, or even when I was playing, playing the game. People don't respect teams holding teams to 80 points, 88 points no more.
Right.
If
No, for
if
sure.
a fan was to watch that, the same fan that complains about the 3-point line or the NBA is soft or whatever they want to say, but if you went back to that Detroit basketball from back in the day, or the San Antonio Spurs defense back in the day, or the Memphis Grizzlies defense back in the day, but everybody would be complaining.
Yeah.
But you don't appreciate great basketball. You don't appreciate second or third efforts. You don't appreciate guys closing out, chopping their feet, help side coming from the bottom to cut off, like or the guy who was at the top that gets the V back to help the guy that came like, bro, I can talk this basketball star all day, but nobody really appreciates that because you want to see buckets.
Yeah.
You want
That's a
guys
fact.
scoring, guys dunking, you want to see exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to the teaching of it is what's needed. And then when you put it in perspective, most players are only really being taught the game on a college level.
Right.
And then from there, because this was a conversation I was just having this morning with my partner, like, and to go from there to being a pro, like there are some things you'll learn at a pro level, but at that point, bro, it's like there's an expectation. But college is where you get a majority of that game on certain things. And then when you get to the NBA or whatever, now you're learning pace, which they
Mm.
don't teach in college like that.
Right.
Pace is a big thing. So when you look at young fella from Kansas who's having his way,
Yeah. He
that
tough.
brother got amazing pace.
Mm-hmm.
Young fella talented. He knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to create for others. Like these are things that when you have the IQ and you see it, you're like, yeah, he's a pro because
Right.
he's doing things now that you learn later.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. I mean, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think it's the small. Only I agree with you to a certain extent. I ain't gonna lie to you. Guys, some teams I watch like the Blazers. I remember watching a Blazers game. It was like 10 for 42 or 10 for 37. I do think when it's your off day, when it's the off day, you gotta get to the basket. But I don't know what you know. Like you as an NBA player, I don't know what's being said on the bench. I've never been on an NBA bench. And you saying that analytics, they coming down with paper or they coming down with the stat sheet. I know how that is. I know how that is in the college level though. At halftime, we got the stat sheet. They looking, all right, this right here. We getting our rebound, blah 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 blah. But as far as the analytics goes, I don't know that experience. So I don't. But so for me as a fan, I'm always confused on, why are they not going to the basket and they 10 for 37? They ain't make a shot since third quarter. I mean, since the first or the second quarter, and we in the third.
But that's again why I was saying what I was saying to you because there are other things in play that most people don't see or just don't know because the
Mm-hmm.
average again they're not studying the game the way you are.
Right.
But the average fan that's watching this, it might be like, bro, why y'all keep taking threes if you're 10 for 44? But this is the game that we live in today. Because and think of this too, right? You saw a Blazers game where that happened. Look at some other games that same thing happened and teams came back because they might have been 2 for 20 something in the first half and then they caught fire in the
Yeah,
second half because they
sure.
stayed with it.
For
Right.
sure.
So there's always that thing or a different way of looking at it when you look at the stat sheet and not just with teams, but look at players.
Right.
People praise Kobe, Jordan, AI, certain people because they like, man, they got this killer instinct, but they were 8 for 28.
Right. But that is the killer instinct to
And
most people. Keep
you
shooting.
wouldn't tell them to stop shooting.
Right.
Because in your mind, you look at them like, but they killers. That's what they supposed to do.
Hmm. No, you're right. You're right for sure. For sure.
Move that goalpost.
No, for sure. For sure. But they gotta start hitting. I don't mind. I definitely don't mind the 3-point era. I like the fact that it evolved. I like the fact that it's not such a what is it? A hypo, like a era where it's just all one play. I like the fact that you can watch a game and you don't know who's going to get off. I like the change in that. I think a lot of times when you see these complaints or you hear these or you read these comments, it's just more so they're looking for a level of consistency from one player. But everybody on the court can ball now. It's a free flowing offense. It's a free flowing game now.